you immediately feel that you've lost half of you, your soul, your heart. I couldn't believe that that was true.
Adam Kaufman insisted he had no idea what killed Lena. She was so active, seemed so healthy. How could a 33-year-old go to the bathroom at night and just drop dead? Didn't make sense to the EMTs either. Something didn't look right, which is why Detective Anthony Angulo was called in to take a closer look at this medical mystery. He'd never investigated a homicide before, but could this perhaps be his first? Even a rookie knows a husband is always a potential suspect when a wife drops dead, and certain things about Adam's story that morning seemed off.
I mean, you know, the whole scene together for fire rescue was like, this is not adding up.
And it wouldn't to Chief Assistant State Attorney Kathleen Hogue either. For starters, Adam said he'd been asleep in bed just before finding Lena. But some of the first responders said they saw Adam fully dressed when they arrived.
Well, nobody sleeps dressed. Even down to the fact that at the hospital itself, one of the officers recognized that he had cologne on and he had his watch on.
As if he had been out all night or something.
Or at least up.
Another officer reported the hood of Adam's car, parked in the garage, felt warm to the touch, as if he'd just been driving it.
Being warm kind of really lends it to being driven.
And when the detective looked in the bedroom, did his eyes deceive him? Or was one side of the bed undisturbed, as if it hadn't been slept in? So what was Adam's story about how he found his wife in the bathroom again? Turns out it was a little unclear.
He told the first captain that he went into the bathroom and saw her slumped over the toilet. After that, he made a statement where he said that she was slumped over the magazine rack.
The other way.
Yes.
Strange. Isn't that what guilty people do? Change their stories? But more than anything, it was something on Lena's body that just might tell what happened to her. Some nasty-looking bruises on her neck. Those and other signs of trauma suggested that Lena's death wasn't from natural causes. It looked like she'd been strangled.
Something has happened which has cut off the air supply and created a pressure such that you get these, you know, marks in your eyes.
When somebody has caused their airway to be closed. In other words, it doesn't happen just by itself.
Not usually.
So the picture coming together was not of an unexplained innocent death, said the prosecutor, but the story perhaps of a husband who came home after a night out and suddenly snapped.
I'm going to get to the bathroom.
That panic on the 911 call could be the sound of a man realizing he had just done the unthinkable.
Could also be that, you know, this man ended up strangling his wife, all right, freaked out over what he did, didn't necessarily mean to do it, but, you know, it happened because he's twice her size and a whole lot stronger than she is, and whatever set him off.
But did they arrest him? No. That, if it happened at all, would have to wait for an autopsy report, hard evidence. And so, 10 days after Lena's death, when Seth and Raquel went ahead with their wedding, police were paying attention.
In Judaism, in particular, we celebrate life before death.
Adam was there, made a speech, even cracked a few jokes about his brother.
And he just wanted for his brother, his twin brother, to have somewhat of a good time at his wedding.
But looked at another way, it seemed to the police somehow suspicious. As it did when a couple of months after Lena's death, Adam seemed to be dating again. So they kept an eye on him and waited for the medical examiner to issue his autopsy report. Waited for months, a year, longer. This was not like some slick Miami TV show. Bureaucracies don't move so fast in real life. But then it was April 2009. Quite suddenly, Decision Day.